Good evening, friends, followers, and channel members, and yeah, happy Wednesday. I don't need too much of a good reason to fly in the USA, but today we've got an amazing reason. Yes, MKStudios have released their La Guardia Airport, which I had the privilege of, maybe privilege is the wrong word, thanks to a rather hefty delay and missed flight last year. I spent 4 hours walking around La Guardia Airport last September. So yeah, I know it quite well. Really looking forward to checking that out once we get there. And of course, as it is brand new, we will be giving a copy of La Guardia away as well. So we're off on a real-world American Airlines flight, Detroit to La Guardia, which is about an hour's flight time on VATSIM. So no, we're not using Beyond ATC and getting my my double, but I do quite like that. So yeah, really looking forward to showing this off for you today. And of course, I think it's an airport that many people will enjoy, because whilst JFK is obviously the main airport that everyone tends to fly into in New York, LaGuardia is just perfect for those smaller aircraft, shorter hops and things. I say shorter hops; they still do, decent length flights, down to Florida and places like that. But yeah, more domestic than international. But yeah, definitely looking forward to this, and the approach as well into LaGuardia with Manhattan on the left-hand side just looks absolutely stunning. So really looking forward to our flight today. As I say, we're going to be giving a copy away, but if you can't wait till then, the link to purchase this is at the top of the chat, and it's also in the video description as well. Get it via the IniBuilds store, and of course that supports us at the same time. So welcome everyone coming on board. I shout out to all of you taking your seats nice and early: Talvin, J-Hog, Smoggy, Robert, Captain, Relics in the house, Dark Fury, our legendary channel livery creator, who we're not using tonight because we're American Airlines, but he's fixed our channel livery, so that's great. Robert, Mark, Tony, good to see you guys. Adam, Leo Taylor, Steph, good evening to you. My ghost says he stayed in New York the past 3 months, flew from all 3 airports. Finally, we now have all 3 of them. We do indeed. Tony, Elliot's in the house. Hey, Elliot, great to see you and have you catch us live again. I think we keep missing each other, mate. Bobwell, good day to you, or good morning as it is. Toby, Flyboy, Ballistic, and J Queen's there as well. And shout out to those of you watching over on Twitch as well. Hey, Huffy and Tallman Mike. Hope you're doing well, guys. So we'll get briefing, and we are on VATSIM, so even though I obviously don't know how American Airlines work with their standard operating procedures, we're just going to fly this as a usual Orange Airline Real Ops flight. But it's great because we're flying somewhere that I have absolutely no knowledge of, so we're going to have to pay a little bit more attention to stuff. So we'll obviously do that indeed. So let's grab the operational flight plan and we'll look through this. So nothing really too much out of the ordinary here. Nicely underloaded by 6.5 tons. Not that heavy then. Takeoff weight is going to be well below our max landing weight. Good to know in case we have to get back in quick. Cost index is 8. Philadelphia is the alternate. Nice tailwind helping us down there this afternoon as well. I say afternoon because of course it is here in the US. plug fuel is about 5.7 tons. CNR for Philadelphia is 2.6. Now, I'm not familiar with the geography too much, but I don't think there's any mountains or high peaks around. Just scooting through that. No, all good. Worst case scenario for the weather then, visibility down to 6.5 kilometers and ceiling 2,500 feet. So it's still Cat 1. And to be fair, it's Cat 1 all of them. Crosswind for departure, looking at that. I think it is a bit windy here in Detroit at the moment. We'll get the weather once we get on board and we'll listen to the 80s. Just have a look at our weather brief. That looked nasty. Where are we? So LaGuardia at the moment, visibility is 10 miles. Scattered 3.9, wind 0.50 at 9, and we're expected to land on the ILS for 0.4. So yeah, that's fine. And there's a chance of some rain and showers and things, but nothing abnormal for this time of year. The NOTAMs then, I've had a look through the NOTAMs for Detroit. There's nothing that's going to affect us. The only NOTAM that is looking like it will affect us, and that's when we get to LaGuardia, is the approach lighting system is unserviceable. So that's going to affect the minimums that we can that we can use. So I expect in the simulator, of course, they will be indeed. But yeah, we'll obviously we'll play the game. We'll pretend they're not serviceable. Coyote EasyJet only uses CFM engines. That is correct. Yes. Okay. So yeah, just bring that weather back up. That's our flight route then for you. And a little bit of weather. We're going to fly through some isolated embedded CVs. Shame the weather radar doesn't work. I think that's the only thing there that's going to really affect us. And then on our descent into New York, we've got a bit of icing and turbulence between 21 and 2,400 feet. But again, nothing that's going to affect us too rapidly. So in terms of fuel that we're going to take, obviously it's a bit of a long taxi as well here, I think. So we'll throw a bit of extra fuel in for that. What taxi fuel have they got in there? They got 230. Yeah, we'll probably need a bit more. And of course, it's New York, LaGuardia. We might have some holds if it's busy in New York. So we're underloaded. I think, flying into somewhere like New York with delays, of course, and things, such a high traffic area in real life, 7 tons, I don't think is too beyond the realms of realism. So that's what I'm going to tell the ground crew to take. So let's get the charts up. So we're parked right at this north terminal, all the way up here, where the American Airlines park. Yeah, right up there. In fact, we're at stand Delta 31, and our departure runway is going to be 21 right. So that's a taxi all the way off Echo 7 or 8, whatever they want. Then I'm going to assume down Kilo to Bravo or Victor along here, then up on Mike, and yeah, it looks like a Mike 5 departure. It's not the longest runway, so that intersection's not going to work for us. A little bit of a hot spot there, but yeah, so that's the route we're going to take, assuming we get off in 2-1 right. They might tell us to take off in 2-2 left, which well, then things have become much easier, haven't they? But never mind. Let's look at the departure then, because as I said, I don't know the airport, so I want to get ahead of the aircraft before we go anywhere. So this is the departure, the Pavel to Lima departure, which is basically straight out, left-hand turn towards Jolu, and let's check in transition altitude, of course, 18. Climb straight out and head in, 7185, yes, basically straight to Jolu. And our initial climb is 17,000 feet. No speed restrictions there either. MSA is 28, so that's fine. And the transition we will be using is either Mr. Doc or SB. Let's have a quick look. SB, according to the flight plan. Good stuff. Right, so just tell the ground crew what fuel we're going for. That's 7 tons. Looking to push back in just under half an hour if we can, and we shall go and find our aircraft and let's go and see what the weather's doing outside. So here we are. That's American Airlines. This airport as well, Detroit Airport, also available from IniBuilds, and the links in the video. Very, very detailed. Looks really, really nice. And if I'm quiet, I think you might just be able to hear the wind because it is quite windy here. Hey, AV8 Mark's also in the house. Thank you guys for joining us. So yeah, this is Detroit Airport. That's our taxiway. Our taxi routing is basically down there. Turn left and take off just there. It literally is just the other side of the road, but we have to taxi all the way around it. Okay, let's get on board. So first thing we are going to do, as per usual, let's just listen to the ATIS, get information. 13367.
Charlie on all taxiways and runways. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel.
Let's get the rest of that.
Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County Airport ATIS information hotel 1853 Zulu. Wind 180 at 22 gust 31. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 2,500. 4,500 scattered. Ceiling 6,500 broken. Temperature 24. 2.16. Altimeter 2960. Simultaneous ILS Z runway 22 right and ILS runway 21 left approaches in use. Departing runway 21 right. Notices to air mission. VFR aircraft face direction of flight. Brief may call runway hold short instruction. Operate transponder on mode Charlie on all taxiways and runways. Advise on initial contact.
Okay, that's everything we need there. Great stuff. So yeah, you heard the winds there, 180 at 22. So we might feel that from the left as we're going down. Anyway, let's just check what's happening. So pumps are off, packs are off, we're on external power, nav lights are on, aircraft's in its perfect turnaround state. Just check the spoilers, flaps, parking brake is on, and the acupressure not yet in the green. Let's set. I've just been doing that actually. So QNH is 2960. Make sure that we're monitoring the guard frequency. Yeah, that's fine. Switching panels not touched. Thrust levers, engine wheel master selection there. Fine. 2960 up here. Get the constraints on. And that initial climb was 17, wasn't it? So 1700 feet. Turn the brightness down of these because, well, don't need them. And set up the box then. So just check, we've got 3 nav greens, that's good. GPS primary is up. Last day of the AirX cycle today, so if you're flying tomorrow, don't forget to update that. And the IRS will do the init request. Hey, I'm Chair Pilot, great name. Elliot, that sounds like Microsoft SAM 2 octaves low. It might be. It could be. Right, let's get the iPad up. And we'll pop stuff in. So, what is it? American 1149. If we're going to be really American, we have to be 1149, don't we? Or 1149. I'm not doing the accent, no chance. We'll leave that to HD. Let's. What was the ground temperature? 23 degrees. Is that normal for this time of year? That seems nice and warm. 37993 is the Tropo. Download the winds. Gab the AirX title will be updated tomorrow. Iris in it, check they're behaving. 42.13.8 north, 327 west, yeah, they're all close enough. And the plan is to fly at 39,000 feet, that's quite high for a short flight. Mind you, we're not heavy, aren't we, so why not? Alright, so as per our OFP, 2-1 right on the Pavel 2 departure. SB is the transition, and then coming into La Guardia, ILS 4 on the MIP for arrival. ETG is the transition, and the VIA is, I've got no idea. Where's the charts? I don't think I've ever flown into La Guardia. Let's have a look. Milton 4 arrival. Radar vectors final approach course, so that's Apple, and that makes sense. So I would imagine Beng is the initial fix. Well, actually, the initial approach fix also there showing us Varax, so I think Varax will work. Because we're coming in from the south, so we'll insert that, and we'll best go through that and make sure that that's correct. Yeah, just mute the PA system. We don't need that. So get on to plan mode. Let's just scoot through this, make sure it looks somewhat accurate. Short flight, so I don't want to be faffing around with this whilst we're in the air. Right, so yeah, looks like there is a mistake there. It looks like Beng is the approach fix that we're looking for. It's Apple, the end of our star is before Varas. So I just changed the VIA. Make sure that's now correct. That's interesting. So Milton, the approach finishes at Apple. Tell you what. Have I got a couple of Bennings in there? So we should have Apple, Proud, Dreams. I love these names. Right, in that case then, I don't think there needs to be a veer in there. Let's try it without. That's better. Particularly as it says there on the charts that expect radar vectors the final approach course, so yeah, that's it. Craig, I would imagine it'll be the straight in 04 arrival today. That's what they're currently using anyway. Yeah, that looks fine. Alright, so that's fine. Radnav page. We've got DXO. I'll tune that. Okay, onto our init B. If we've got the load sheet from ground. Let's have a look. Here we go. So 0 fuel to 54.5. CFG is 29. The fuel for Philadelphia alternate is 1.6. Check out the fuel planning. We're taking 7 tons. Dark, you're off to Oslo to get rid of Across the Pond. Ah, yeah, Across the Pond's on Saturday, isn't it? I do say one day I will take part in that. Just got to convince the family to leave me alone for a day first. And a takeoff weight of 61.3. And the CFG for departure is 27.2. Good. Okay, let's grab the takeoff performance calculator. So, runway 21 right, it is dry here at the moment, so flaps 1, no need to force toga, anti-ice will be off, packs will be off, takeoff weight is 61.3, CFG 272. Intersection data, yeah, full length. 130, 135, 135. Transition altitude 18. Yeah, thrust reduction acceleration, engine acceleration is 1000 feet AGL. Flex is 53, and we are flaps 1 for the departure. Good stuff. No speed constraints on the departure either, so don't need to pre-select anything. Chris Shaw celebrating 30 months of membership. Chris, that is incredible. What a stint. Christopher Shaw, thank you, mate. Really appreciate all your support over the last... man, that's coming up 3 years now, Christopher. That is awesome. Thanks so much. Simple 315. Good evening to to you. What have I put in there? OVR's 135. Yeah, thank you guys. That's why you need to sit next to me and check that I don't put rubbish data in. Okay, that's all fine. Now that you guys have checked that. Secondary flight plan then for the engine out procedure. So don't have access to the engine out procedures here. We're not in Europe. However, let's have a look at the go around procedure here. So there's no terrain around, so it's going to be standard, I'm pretty sure. But basically, it's a left turn to the holding point gauge. So we'll pop that in. GAAGE. And we'll just pop the hold in there. Inbound 302. And it is right turns. Then back to Detroit if we need to come back. Okay. Chris Shaw, your flight simulator has actually morphed into a truck for a while. Bet it takes you longer to get to your destination. You could just drive... Oh, flipping heck. Ugh, I knew that'd happen. Try again. It's raining. Okay, so V1 has now dropped. 118. 135, 135. Flex is the same. Fine. Good stuff. Right, hopefully... oh, there we go. The aircraft appears to be all loaded. Excellent. So let me speak to air traffic control, get our official clearance, and hopefully everything that we've just popped in there is fine. Then we'll brief some stuff. What's the frequency here? Oh, actually, they now appear to have gone offline. Oh, that's a shame. All right. Well, means we don't have to brief. We don't have to speak to anyone, but. We'll do that in a moment. We'll brief ourselves in a moment. Final load she's come through as we're fully loaded then, so takeoff weights is fine. Final CFGs 29.1. That is just within limits. 29.1%. Okay. Rogue Pixel cabin visibility button is I don't know if it's broken or not. I always have mine turned on. I never turn it off, so if it is broken, I've not yet checked it. Mark, normally I'm pretty good at this. I look at the weather and think, looks like it's going to rain, and then calculate for wet figures anyway. I didn't do that today. I took a punt and got it wrong. Okay, so let's get the APU started, and then we will. We've pretty much briefed most of it anyway, but we'll just revisit some stuff. So we know where we're going then with our taxi. So we're going to taxi off Delta 31, and then we're going to taxi down. It will be Kilo, Victor, and Mike, holding Mike 5 for departure runway 21 right. Little hotspot there, so just be careful of that. It's a long taxi, and even though I'm not too familiar with this airport, I'm happy to do a single engine taxi here. I will probably start the second engine as we sort of get on midway through Victor. I think that'll be fine. Get that engine started, and then once we've made the turn onto Mike, we'll finish all the checklists. Runway 21 for our departure, so it's straight out, and then at I'm just trying to work out where that is. 1146. I think that's for different approaches. So basically, we take off, left turn towards Joel. Initial climb is 17,000. MSA is 28. There's no real threats there at all, so happy with that. Engine out procedure we have covered as well, so that's going to be straight out standard engine out procedure. So once we're engine shut down, we're above the acceleration, single engine acceleration altitude, then we'll make a left turn to our holding point, and we'll hold safe at 3,000 feet and come back in. That's not going to happen though, because I want to see La Guardia. Okay, so all done. Hey, Rail Cowgirl, how are you doing? Good to see you. Okay, so APU is up and running. Get the bleed air on. That's happy. That can come off. Pumps can come on. Seatbelt signs on. Just give that another minute. Then the packs can come on. Simpilot, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I really appreciate that. Okay, so with no ATC around, let's just do the cockpit prep checklist. So aircraft acceptance, that's been completed. Fuel quantity is 7 tons. That's balanced. Seatbelt signs are on. It is got 3.5 green. QNH is 2960, 650 feet. Good stuff. One other thing for the departure I should have mentioned, actually, we're climbing via the SID, so we do have some constraints there. Our initial climb is 17,000, but we have got some constraints there, Yimmy and Howard. Right. Come on, GSX.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
And of course, they have an American accent. So, details for the giveaway will follow shortly. But you do have to be a subscriber to the channel on YouTube. The giveaway does only run on YouTube for the way that the channel is set up. But plenty of time if you're watching on Twitch to head over there when the giveaway time comes.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Yeah, more rain. Visibility is dropping as well. Detroit traffic, American 1149, stand Delta 31 pushback facing west.
Locking gear.
It's beacon light on. And the before start checklist. So parking brake is on, takeoff data is confirmed, windows are closed, EFB is on flight mode, doors are closed, not armed, beacon light is on. Tail to the left.
Release parking brakes.
Nose wheel steering is disconnected, parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Rail cowgirl, I wouldn't trust this pilot. What are you doing jumping out of functioning aircraft anyway? Alright, so let's get our engine started then. Paranoia check on the overhead, we've got the bleed on. Engine mode selector to ignition and starting engine 1. Chris Hogg, good evening, mate. We're going up to your favourite place. What, New York? Or La Guardia specifically?
Please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety features of our Airbus.
I do hope the weather's not rubbish all the way there. I really do like looking at the American landscape.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard our Airbus A320. Please pay attention to illuminated signs and crew instructions, including the following safety procedures. The safety card found in your seat pocket contains
Engine 1 available.
information about exit routes, oxygen masks,
Engine mode selector to normal.
raised position, which you must adopt when the
AP bleed off.
There are 8 emergency exits.
Yellow pump is on.
Set parking brakes.
Pointing out the
Parking brake set.
Please be aware that your nearest usable exit may be behind you. Emergency lighting will guide you.
Don't need an anti-test. Why am I turning that on? Spoilers, rudder, flaps 1.
Belt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened whenever the seat
And trim set.
and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air
Something unpredictable. No, it's released today. You can get it now. Click the link in the video description or at the top of the chat, and yeah,
Unlocking gear.
grab that right now if you wish.
hold them
I mean, it is a great. It's all. I should also have pointed out as well. It's it's currently on sale, so it will go up in price. So if you are considering it, definitely pick that up now before it becomes before it becomes
Bypass pin.
a bit more expensive.
around your waist and click together.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Do not place the light
J-Hog, you're not breaking my aircraft. I'm getting into LaGuardia no matter what.
inflated
I just didn't spend enough time there last year.
by fails to inflate or needs
In fact, whilst I was there, I'll tell you the story a little bit later on, but
whistle for attracting
I couldn't get food. It was really annoying.
life jackets for children.
Oh, J-Hog, that is a very good point. I've not put a dark... I've got a load of dark fruit at the moment. I saw some the other day and fancied it. I've not put one in the fridge.
Further
Gutted.
information regarding your safety on board can be found in the in-flight.
Right, Tug's disappeared. He's waving at me. I'll wave back. Something unpredictable. Yeah, definitely do that. And shameless plug here, but if you use the link at the top of the chat or in the video description, you also support us, the channel, as well, at the same time as getting yourself some great great scenery. Alpha Camel, good evening to you. Badam, thank you so much for the Prime sub on Twitch. Really appreciate that.
Metro traffic, Delta 1280, push your back from stand, sender.
Detroit traffic, American 1149, taxiing now via Kilo Victor Mike, hold Mike 5, runway 21 right. Taxi lights, radars. Missed the parking brake, the auto brake, and the FSTraffic checklist. So anti-ice is off, ECAM status is checked, obviously number 2 not working, that's fine. And in fact, while we're running the FSTraffic checklist, we've only got one engine running. Shows you how often I do a single engine taxi, doesn't it? Okay, let's go. Hey Simbit World. Hey Amagos, good to see you. I am having a good day. I'm really looking forward to this airport that we're going to visit. To be fair, I really like this airport we're departing from now, Detroit. You can pick this up as well, using the links in the video. highly detailed. It's a great little route this as well, Detroit to New York. Clever, why is the typical transition altitude 18,000 in America? I have no idea. You're asking the wrong pilot. Maybe they just thought it's easier to keep it all the same. Flyby John says he's given up trying to do a single engine taxi as he struggles to keep the engine on the aircraft on the taxiway with one engine running. I do get that, but what you'll find is if you accelerate away with just the one engine and then pull it back to idle thrust and just roll, because you don't have that thrust because the engine's at idle, you'll find it's much easier then to keep it on the taxiway. Something unpredictable says we're American, we like it simple. Yeah, well, there is something to be said for work smarter, not harder. Clever 6000 is simple, yes, but it's not 6000 all the time, is it? Everywhere. Like in the UK, there's transition altitudes of 6,000, 5,000, and Inverness the other day was 3,000. So it does change. Well, this weather has really just come in, hasn't it? I mean, the visibility has just dropped significantly. So we need to follow this around and make sure we don't miss Victor in a bit. Mona Lima, good evening to you. So that's Echo 2.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff.
Yeah, I can't really answer that at the moment. I'm making sure we don't go the wrong way. Keep going down here until we see a runway, then turn left before it. That's Bravo. No, we don't want Bravo. We could have taken a shortcut on Bravo actually, but that's Kilo, and here's Victor. This is what we want. Tell you what, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is going to have to do something pretty good with the weather. Right, I do now have a problem. I'm actually struggling to turn left with my left engine. That shouldn't happen. Bit of differential braking needed. Yeah, that's not realistic. What on earth is going on here? Oh my word, this is not right. This is because the ground is now wet in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It doesn't like it. You should quite easily be able to make a left turn with your left engine running. There we go. Alright, let's get engine 2 started then. Engine mode back to ignition, starting engine 2. One of the things I don't like about the wearing effects in Microsoft Flight Simulator, I think they look great, but the ground instantly dries, doesn't it? It doesn't stay wet for half an hour, like it should do. Okay, so we're now looking for Mike on the left. Baggies 173, good evening, sir. Hope you're doing well.
Delta 1280 taxiing on runway 21 right via Bravo Victor Mike. Actually, we'll be going uniform Golf Victor Mike.
Amagon says he signed a Mr. LAX giveaway. Love flying into that airport. I know. It is a great airport, and IniBuilds done a good job with that update. Right, engine number 2 is happy. So engine mode selectors to ignition, and let's finally get rid of the APU. Okay, left on mic, then we'll complete the checklists. Simbit World, I'm not too bothered about the rain. Start, stop, because to be perfectly honest, that's exactly how it's been in real life where I lived this last couple of days. Okay, so no change to our performance. We've got wet figures now in the box, so that's fine. No LMCs. Engine out is standard, straight out, climbing to 3000. Left turn, hold at Gussie, and that's above MSA. Departure is straight out with a left turn, no speed restrictions. And our initial climb is 17,000.
Delta 1280 crossing runway.
Flight control check.
27 right at Golf.
Full left, full right, and neutral. Full up, full down, neutral rudder, full right, full left, and neutral. And the taxi checklist. Flight controls checked. Flap setting is config 1. FMA, climbing up blue, 7000 magenta, 1 FT2. Radar and predicted wind shear are on. Ecam memo, takeoff no blue, EFB is stowed. Chris Hogg, sir, thank you so much for such a generous £20 donation, saying enjoy this from me, love what you do, and keep it. Chris, I will absolutely keep it up, and it's always great to see you on stream as well, mate. Long time supporter of the channel, Chris, has been here for many years, so thank you so much, Chris, for your amazing support. It's really very generous of you. Alright, so it's going to be the first turn to the right, which is mic 5. No, it isn't. We're not taking mic 5. We're taking mic 6 because we've got full length in the box. So there's mic 5, as you can just see on the right. Simbit World, yeah, honestly, we've had it recently where it's been raining at the back of the house, but not at the front of the house. It's been crazy. Good old April showers. A321 Josh says, just wanted to appreciate how you explain many things in the Airbus. Love your videos, convoy, some great videos. Keep up the great work. Thank you from Germany. Josh, you are more than welcome. I think the only reason I try to explain them sort of in a simple way is because I am simple. So if we can keep it simple, then why make it difficult? But thank you, Josh. Great to have you on live stream as well. Alright, so I've not heard anything on Unicom. I say the approach path's clear. The approach path is covered by cloud. But yeah, we're going to be good to go, aren't we? So Detroit traffic, American 1149 at mic 6, lining up runway 21 right for departure, Pavel to Lima. Right.
And the 1280 is going to be lining up behind departing traffic on runway 21 right at mic 6.
Tony says, great to see the clear taxi signage. Yeah, definitely. And they are so much easier to see. If you've ever been on an aircraft and you've seen the taxi signage going past, they're huge and very easy to spot. far easier than the sim, even in this weather. This weather's shocking. Looks great, doesn't it? Okay, lineup checklist. Cabin is secured. Takeoff runway is Mike 6 full length confirmed. Runway 21 right. TCAS TRA packs 1 and 2 off. I've just realised, is she still waiting for me? No, probably not. She's probably got bored of waiting for me. I never answered her, did I? Cabin crew. God, look at that. I can't remember the last time we had a departure that was so wet. It's not quite how Dubai was recently. Dubai has just been flooded, hasn't it? This is a nice wide runway, or it certainly looks it. Right, guys, let's go. So, winds from the left, engine 1 critical, gusting as well. Takeoff, start the chrono. 50% N1 set. Stable, set takeoff thrust. Manflex, SRS, auto thrust blue. $100 knots. V1. Rotate. Those winds actually are straight headwind now, looking at the ND. Positive climb. Gear up. Not much to see out the window, is there? Nav. Thrust climb, climb. Autopilot 1. God, that rain sounds wet. Okay, mass caution, we can disregard it. We're past airspeed, let's clean up. Flap 0, spoilers disarmed. Okay, cancel master caution. Left side stick fault. Happy to disregard.
Delta 1280 to American 1149. When possible, just let me know when you're at 2 minutes since we're going to the same destination.
American 1149, if you want to give us another 60 seconds, then you should be okay.
Alright, we'll give you 60 seconds, so let's go ahead and take off.
God, how thick is this cloud? Keep an eye on the temperature as it starts to drop. We'll leave the anti-ice on. Tallman Mike says, strange weather in Detroit. 1 minute sunny, next rainy. Definitely like the UK. Definitely. Okay, so we're no ATC. We're going to climb via the SID and constraints. OB3, good evening to you. J-Hog, behave. Andy70D says, looks like good old Scottish weather. Right, spoilers, flaps, gear, lights.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your trip.
And Detroit traffic, Delta 1280 taking off runway 21 right.
Okay, I'll constrain.
Detroit.
And to be fair, we've got no air traffic control around us, so I am... I'm going to sort of clear ourselves up, so... Thrust climb, open climb, and 17,000 blue. Tony, you've only ever done one flight on VATSIM, only had cover for departure. Well, do you know what? Just even that is brilliant, isn't it? Okay, so it seems like the rain stopped. Josh, any news on the IniBuilds 320 Neo for X? Not that I'm aware of, Josh. Not yet, anyway. So we would say cabin crew is released. I'm going to continue the climb now, flight level 250. Oh, here comes the breakout. Gorgeous. Right, so past 10,000 feet, let's just clear out the RadNav. Flight level 39 is going to be okay for us actually, straight away, which is good. So we'll do that. Flight level 390 blue. So checked. Usual costing exchange 0. And the secondary flight plan, copy the active. Oh, finally we leave Detroit and get some, hopefully get some nice views. SimPilot, have I got any J4 beyond ATC? Only weeks rather than months. That's the only information I currently have from the devs. Awesome. Right, looking forward to getting into New York. Mark, do you change the cost index to 0 in real life? Yes, they do, Mark. But not all airlines do that. Obviously, the standard operating procedures that I follow here on the channel do that, but not every airline does. In fact, I don't know any other airline that does, to be honest. Baggy says he'd say this is more like Irish weather. After all, they don't call it the Emerald Isle for nothing. It does nothing but weigh it down. I need it to rain. I put a lot of grass seed in on the garden, so I need my garden watering naturally. Natural is best, of course. Well, Mato, thank you for subscribing. So yeah, to be entered into to be in with a chance of winning a giveaway of the newly released La Guardia Airport, you do need to be a subscriber to the channel here on YouTube. That is the only prerequisite. If you haven't done so as well, please do like the stream. It honestly, can't tell you how much those likes help the channel with the YouTube algorithms. So I actually thought, sorry if you can hear me slurping my tea there, I actually thought that that weather for departure was stunning. I really enjoyed that. Particularly as when I first loaded in, it was nice and sunny. It's obviously not at the minute. Mark, yeah, absolutely, still wows me as well. Fruitbat Oslo tomorrow. I was thinking that, to be honest, Fruitbat. I thought, I wonder if we can get an Oslo streaming. Means staying out of EasyJet colours though, because they don't fly there. What was that? Okay, cancel master caution. Another simism ECAM. Left side 6 fault. Yeah, the MOC tells us that happens, so we can just ignore that. And I'm happy to disregard and clear ECAM. Sheldon, I've come to think of it. Don't know why we just don't set 0 for the cost index during the setup on the ground. Then set 4 at cruise. Yeah, I mean that's a good point. Below 1,000 feet is only going to be flying speed constraint regardless of the cost index. It is. It depends as well on. Because I remember being a real geek about this and reading about the cost index and everything. I mean, to be honest, the difference between 0 and 4, I mean, it's got to be negligible, hasn't it? But it's all to do as well with not sort of the... not just the speed. A lot of people obviously think that the cost index is all about the speed, and it is. But it's also, it isn't. In fact, Airbus are very, very sort of, prominent in saying that cost index is nothing to do with speed, although it is affected. But yeah, your cost index also, the way the FMGC works out the sort of descent angle, the descent rate that you're going to be using, just as the same as the climb rate. But then again, you tend to use open climb anyway, don't you? Or maybe in some rare circumstances, VS. Managed climb is certainly not something I usually do. Miles Johnson, thank you so much for subscribing. Hey, Mads, good to see you. Purple says, fly out of the nest, be daring and fly Air Canada. I've done that once or twice before, I think. Aviate, is the cost index fuel flow? No, it's not. It's basically whatever software is in the FMGC, Flight Management Guidance Computer, for basically working out what is going to be the most cost-effective way of operating the flight. In very, very basic terms, a high cost index means that you fly faster, meaning you climb slower and burn more fuel, your engines have a bit more wear and tear, but your flights are shorter. So your maintenance costs are less. But then the opposite is true as well. So it is. There's lots going on, sort of behind the scenes of it, and how they sit and work it out with airlines as to what's going to be best for them. I've no idea. Who cares? We just get told the pilots just get told the cost index, and then they stick with it. I think they are told as well, don't put in your own cost index. don't make it up. Stick with what's in the box. Artiman, Christian and Miles, thank you guys for subscribing. Appreciate that support. Chelsea FC, what descent rate is good for the A320? Well, again, that also depends on the cost index. So, for instance, the Orange Airline SOPs that we follow here, a roundabout descent rate for cost index 4 is about 270 knots speed-wise. Shelnov, yeah, so I've got that in front of me as well, actually. All about the economical speed, etc. Reduce the total flight cost in terms of flight time, fuel consumption, and not only in terms of fuel saving. No, so maintenance costs, again, yeah. If an airline flies in a part of the world where fuel is cheap but maintenance costs are high, it makes more sense to have a higher cost index, which reduces the flight hours but costs more in fuel. And if you're flying somewhere where fuel is really expensive but your maintenance costs are okay, fly the lower cost index so the flights last longer but you're saving fuel. If that makes sense. Obi, what's the max cost index? I think it's 999. I mean, God knows what that'd do to the speed. Right, 10,000 feet to go. What's the name of this big lake that we're flying over? Can't remember it. Simba World, my opinion on upcoming active sky. Oh, we did a vote on this, didn't we? Was it yesterday? and said, and basically asked, are you happy with default live weather? And I think it was about 80% of people that voted said yes. So, Active Sky is a strange thing that they're bringing out now, particularly with FlightSim 2024 just on the horizon. So, I remain optimistically cautious of whether it's going to be worth it. Chris, Lake Erie, thank you. That's the one. Just some northerner, oh, like me, says, evening all, looking forward to getting back into FlightSim, being off it for a few months, not so much liked the updates, but having watched your vids and a few streams, it's given me a new likeness for, try that again, given me a new likeness for the game. Also passed the VATSIM exam, just about, as a bit of encouragement to get into it. Once you fly on VATSIM, northerner, then your flight simulation world will change, and you'll be bitten by that bug, guarantee it. A321, want to buy the SimSmart calculator. Do you know if a A320 or A3? They are planned, but at the moment we're working on the web version, so you'll be able to use it on your tablet and phone, etc., rather than just a Windows desktop. Endochrome, I guarantee you this is the Phoenix aircraft. It is not the fly-by-wire, when we've not got big Neo engines strapped to our wing. Okay, so whilst we're flying, let's just grab the weather for La Guardia. And also do one for the alternate. See what occurs. Joshi, I'm not sure. The so if you've got SimSmart on the if you buy SimSmart as it is now, basically the Windows application, then you will have free access to the web version when that comes around. Hey Lulu, good to see you, mate. Highest cost index you can remember using was 175 out of Charlotte to Heathrow. The Streamlabs decided to die again. Yeah. Oh, has it come back? That's interesting. Are we back? Did the stream just die? Or are we... I'm not so sure that's a Streamlabs issue. That might be a... although it could be, because I think Twitch also disappeared. Well, that was weird. Oh well, if it's still working, that's a good sign. If I had to restart Streamlabs now, you're not really missing anything. A couple of thousand feet to go, and then we'll be at cruise. Real Cowgirl says we just got abducted. Let me have a look at the weather data then. So what we've got in La Guardia. All those winds have started gusting a little bit. 090 at 9, gusting 16, light rain, broken 4, broken 6, overcast 100, altimeter 3010. Okay. Let's get that into the performance page, shall we? So, that's Philadelphia's. I don't want Philadelphia's. 3010. Temperature is 13 degrees. Do you know, it was that cold here in the UK this morning. I actually put the heating on, which goes against every bone in my northern body. Wind is 0909. Transition is 18, of course. And we'll check if we can do flaps 3. I'd like to do flaps 3 if we can, so I'll select that for the moment. Let me have a look at the minimums for this approach. Where are we? ILS. So run with a visual range of 5. Which is 4.5 kilometers, isn't it? I believe. Was it 4? Yeah, I don't fly in the USA. Lulu, help me out. RVR 45. Is that 4,500 meters, or 7/8 of a statute mile? I believe. Anyway, minimum's 283. Get in the box. That's done. Top of climb coming up then. Ocean says, today I've done my first flight with the Phoenix IE engine variant and realised the engine goes to ignition mode by itself as it shows it in the ECAM. Is that normal? Yes, it is. The IE engines do that, so that is not a bug. That is correct. Right, top of climb coming up. Nice tailwind pushing us towards New York as well, which is nice. Andy, no, I didn't pull out the Ethernet cable. Not this time. Right, and that's us at cruise. Oh darn, I forgot to start the timer as we pushed. It's alright, I can get the information from the box anyway. So, mark out cruise, that's fine. Cost index back to 4. Cycle those SD pages. Make sure J-Hog hasn't broken my aircraft. Electric's fine. Hydraulic's fine. Fuel 1770. Yeah, that adds up to 7 ton, which is what we took. Close enough. No fuel leak. 24 degrees. Might be a bit warm for some people, that, but I'd rather be a bit warm when I'm sat stationary than freezing. Dark Fury, you got a question about cost index. Oh god, not again. I'm going to have to put a link to some information on cost index on our Discord server, then you guys can read it. With your current cost index, which is 4, and the optimum cost index for the aircraft. Optimum cost index for the aircraft. How... Is there such a thing? Every airline's different. The optimum cost index for the flight is whatever the company want it to be, because they've done the maths, they've got the pencil pushers doing that work, and they know what's going to be the most cost effective for them. How would it affect the cruise level? Right, the cruise level is not affected by cost index, as far as I'm aware. The speed obviously does change depending on your cost index. George has actually put that really well. Cost index in the most basic terms possible. 0 is less fuel, 999 least time. Yeah, that is spot on. Woodcut, you need to fly in the US. It's a very different environment, particularly if you do it on VATSIM. Right, are we close enough to La Guardia to pick up their ATIS? 127050. Oh, George, I didn't realise you were shell off, mate. Thank you. Means you can win the giveaway if you want, as that runs on YouTube.
Light rain. Ceiling 4,000 broken. 6,000 broken. 10,000 overcast. Temperature 13. 2.4. Altimeter 3010. ILS runway 4 approach and use. Departing runway 13. Notices to air mission. Operate transponder on mode Charlie on all taxiways and runways. Advise on initial contact. You have information kilo. La Guardia Airport HS information kilo 19510. Wind 100 at 9 gust 16. Visibility 10. Light rain. Ceiling 4,000 broken. 6,000 broken. 10,000 overcast. Temperature 13. 2.4. Altimeter 3010. ILS runway 4 approach and use. Departing runway 13. Notices to air mission. Operate transponder on mode Charlie on all taxiways and...
Okay, so that's all we need. ILS 04, yep, that's what we're planning. Bit of a difference in the QNH and the altimeter between Detroit and La Guardia, where we're going. About 200 feet difference. Simpilot, do I know what the best VS is for descent? That is a very broad spectrum, Simpilot. Anywhere between 1,000 feet per minute to 5,000 feet per minute, depending on how high ATC have kept you. Lulu, answering that earlier question, thanks so much. So it's it's feet on the top number and miles on the bottom. Thank you very much. Well, visibility is 10 statute miles or greater, so yeah, we're legal for this approach. That's okay. Otto, you finally picked up the Phoenix. Thank you for the tip on the tail. Otto, you're more than welcome. How often have you flown it? Have you enjoyed it? So let's have a look at this arrival then. So, assuming we've got no ATC while we start the arrival, we're going to descend via the... do the very American thing and descend via the Star. So I'm just checking that... the information in the box down here, those constraints all match up. So top of descent is about 15 minutes. So expect 5180 at Mark we've got no ATC, so that might not be the case. Expect 10,000 feet at Booty. So I am going to put in 10,000 feet there at Booty. We will update that. We'll leave the others, but yeah, we'll expect 10,000 feet there. That will update our top of descent accordingly. So that's in about 13 minutes now. And yeah, so the style looks pretty straightforward. No speed restrictions or anything like that. RadNav page will pop in LGA, of course. Also JFK. Progress page, LGA, runway 04. That's fine. Just to help us with our descent planning. Let's see what is the platform altitude for this. It's actually really low, 1700. So what we will do is we'll pop in La Guardia 04 as our reference fix. Just pop a 9 mile radius around that. Glide slope is 3.14, so it is a tad. It's a tad steeper than normal, but not much. Okay, so that's fine. I've already got everything in the box set up for the arrival. We'll do an arrival landing performance calculation in a moment. So our landing weight is going to be 58.6, so we'll work the landing rate out at 59 in a moment. And secondary flight plan, we'll just copy that active. Okay. So let's do a landing weight calculation then. So it is runway 04. Apply the METAR. It is wet because it's raining there, so we will do our usual standard operating procedures. We'll choose medium for landing weight of 59.0. Flap 3. Landing distance available 2134, landing distance required 24. That's fine. So that just means that we'll probably not be using thrust idle. We will use idle reverse. Sorry, we'll probably be using max reverse thrust once we touch down. The actual runway conditions then are thus. And to be honest, looking at that, I'm thinking flaps full is going to have to be the way in. Okay. Flaps full, and yeah, flaps full and medium auto brake. Auto brake low should get us in, but if I mess up the landing and I'm late on that touchdown point, it could be interesting. And I don't want it to be interesting, I want it to be boring. So let's stick with flaps full. So that is 135, and I will use medium. And there's our top of descent. George, wow, you really do know easy stops. Yeah. I've been well taught. Tim says, happy Wednesday. Have you missed a glimpse of the new La Guardia? No, Tim, no, you've not. You've not missed a glimpse of it, and you've not missed the giveaway of it either. So, both are still to come. Okay, I think now, obviously with the box all set up, and that let's do a brief. So let's just go through the box. We know what we're expecting with the arrival, the Milton 4 arrival onto the ILS runway 04. We've got a constraint of 10,000 we've put in because that's what we've been told to expect on the charts. That's the only one I've put in, the only one I'm going to target. Radar nav, we've got tuned La Guardia JFK. Progress page obviously set to LaGuardia. That's all fine. Our arrival, we're looking at a VAP of 135, minimum's 283, and a full config landing for us as well today. Looking to land with a landing weight of just below 59 tons. Second flight plan is just copy active, but I think that's fine. Second flight plan is just the same. So let's brief how I'm going to fly the arrival then. The descent itself, yeah, I'm ignoring these two expects. We're not got ATC around, but I'm ignoring those two, but I am going to stick to 10,000 feet at Beauty, and then we've got a nice steady descent. We might be just trundling along a little bit at 10,000 before we start to head down. Then following straight into Dreams Apple, from Apple then we're pretty much picking up the ILS there. The plan will be to be green dot before we get Apple. Flaps 1 then I will get Apple, and then as we're picking up the glide slope, flaps 2. Just talk about the approach itself. The glide slope says slightly steeper than the norm, so probably 800 feet per minute as well looking at that going down. The weather we've checked, we're legal to start the approach, minimums are in, etc., so that's fine. MSA as we're coming in is 3,000 feet. The go around then is climb 2,000 outbound, and was basically straight out to a waypoint called Greco, where we will hold, continue the climb in the hold. So missed approach is 2,000 feet. Transition altitude obviously 18, so that's fine. Now, as I don't know the airport that well, let's have a quick look at it. The runway is not the biggest in the world, 2,131 meters. That's fine. There looks like it's not really a displaced threshold, that is it. So that's fine. Where we're going to be parking, I actually have no idea where American Airlines park at LaGuardia. I flew Delta when I was there, but looking like we're going to be getting off at Foxtrot or Quebec, maybe Papa. If we cross the runway, then it's obviously Uniform Romeo, and after that, ground is online, so we'll go wherever they tell us. Alright, biggest threat, New York airspace, very busy, particularly if there's no air traffic control around, and of course myself, I consider myself a threat here because I don't fly this approach. I don't fly in America very often, so that's it. I am the biggest threat. That, and wanting to look out the window too much because the scenery will be fantastic. George Ladtret, no, he's not yet. Maybe one day. Matthias, in real life, don't you put the MSA arcs around the airport on the navigation display? You can do it. It all depends on the airport. So, like, I always like to do it if I'm going to somewhere like Zurich, because that has got sort of like 7,000 feet MSA, but only up to about 10 miles. Basically, if I'm below 7,000 feet and I'm within that radius, then sorry, if I'm above 7,000 feet and I'm within that radius, I know I'm safe. The moment I get out of that radius, then that's when the Alps start to really, come up around us. So there are certain times where I do put the arc on, but for something like this where MSA is only 3,000, then not really. There's no real terrain around us either. So just have a look if we've got any ATC around. Not sure there is, LaGuardia Ground's online. That much. Leo Taylor says Terminal Bravo, gates 11 to 30 is American. Thank you. That is great local knowledge. So where was that? Terminal B, 11 to 30. Right, so there's Terminal B. Let's have a look at the gates. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I really do like this display. I know there's the parking charts, but I love this display. Oh, that's gates 11 to 30. So this is here, isn't it? So that's where we're. That looks like where we're heading. Right, top descent is in about 30 miles or so. We'll be in La Guardia in a little over half an hour. And it looks like it did say in the 80s that it was overcast in New York, so we might not get that gorgeous view that we were looking for. Having said that, how good does that look? Is that like mist in the valleys between the... that looks really weird. Doesn't it? Incredible, but very weird. Lulu, I'm flying American Airways. Let's hear your best credit card picture. I'm definitely not a salesman. I need to be careful, I'm going to miss top of descent in a minute. Right, here it is. Okay, so yeah, let's target 10,000. So speed descent and 10,000 blue. There we go. Trying to remember which terminal it was that I was stuck in. I think it was this one. I think it was Terminal C. Where's Terminal A then? Oh, that's all the way over there. Yeah, it definitely wasn't that. Oh yeah, so I was stuck in Terminal C for about 4 hours, I think. Christian says those valleys are part of the Appalachian mountain range. Oh, okay. See, I wouldn't have known that. American Airlines Ops. No ADC required. Excellent, we took off on time. Is that like the real American Airlines? In fact, I flew with American Airlines back to Heathrow from, oh God, where was it? Philadelphia. I was on a Dreamliner, and I swear the plane was empty. Hardly anyone there. Meant I got to spread out. Right, I wish we had a working weather radar. It looks like some nasty stuff ahead of us. This is just what I hope Microsoft Flight Sim 24 allows access to the weather API for developers. I'd love a proper weather radar. That's the only thing really missing now. Lulu, I was waiting for you to bite. They did depart on time for my flight, I must admit. So just also bring it to our attention, we've got quite a decent tailwind at the moment, so in terms of slowing down, probably want to do that a little bit sooner than normal. Always blame ATC, yes, yes, I recall you saying that in the past. Yeah, that mountain range looked really great, didn't it? It's gone now. So New York has got some rubbish weather, but I am very excited to sleep in LaGuardia. And you guys should be too, because obviously when we get there we'll give that copy away as well. Need to say a big thanks as well to IniBuilds for providing a copy for this. So a shout out to them. So ahead, hello, good evening to you. Welcome on board. George, you'll notice there's no options on the delay allocation card that something is the pilot's fault. It's because they know those options would never actually be used. Damn right. Right, I'll get anti-ice on in a little bit, I think, looking at this lot. So if we saw some sort of build-ups now on a proper working weather radar, we could deviate around them, but I mean, at the moment it just looks like fluffy white stuff. Nothing there looks too nasty. The Legend Dark Fury says, welcome to Doncaster LaGuardia JFK Airport. It's not going to be called Doncaster Airport though, is it now? Isn't it going to be the South Yorkshire Airport, according to the new sign? Tolman Mike says he's really been enjoying flying in the US lately, so if I don't win the giveaway I'll most likely buy the scenery. Well, you can support us if you wish by using the link in the channel description to take you to IniBuilds and grab that. Football Mad Gamer, good evening. No, this is default Microsoft Flight Simulator weather. I don't use any weather add-ons at all. Endochrome, is the overhead not working? Don't worry about that. We're on our way down now. I'll give you an ETA. It's about 30 minutes. Darfur is still DSA, no name change here. Haven't I seen a picture of the airport terminal with a big South Yorkshire Airport on there? Just some Northerners just said as well, yes, South Yorkshire Airport City. What? South Yorkshire Airport City is DSA's new name. I thought I'd seen that. Football Mad Gamer says Man City have just scored. That's not good. I'm not a Man City fan. Tony, home of the Yorkshire Airline. Can you imagine if there actually was a Yorkshire airline? How that would be. Damn, that really does look good actually, doesn't it? The multiple cloud layers that we've got here. Football Mad Gamer says he did a TUI flight earlier, Heathrow to Paphos, first full flight in the FlyByWire A320. Now you see, TUI don't actually have A320s, but they do sort of borrow them and use smart links to operate for them. That's who we flew on last year. Huffy, Yorkshire tea at 30,000 feet. Yep, spot on. That is, in fact, that's what I've got in the cup next to me. These clouds look awesome. In fact, this whole view looks awesome. This should be an awesome approach. Lucas says, imagine showing this to someone flight simming back in 2004. Well, that was me. I was flight simming back in 2004. I can only dream of this. You have to use your imagination. You don't have to get anything looking decent. Don't have to do that anymore. George was one in 2004. Oh, be quiet, George. Making us all feel old. Mike, someone asked me about Active Sky and what my thoughts were on this. I have two thoughts on it, really. One, how much better is it going to be? You know, I don't have a problem with Microsoft Flight Simulator's default weather. And the other one is, it's another program to have to run in the background. I want everything to just work out the box without having to have anything else running. I mean, what have I got running here at the moment? Obviously, I've got the hardware, so I've got the side stick, the thrust levers, spoilers, flaps, the FCU, the McDo. What apps have I got open? Obviously, I've got Streamlabs. I've got the hardware. I've got the software for the FCU. I'm also running Simbox as well. VPilot. The overhead banner that breaks all the time. Navigraph I'm not actually got running. Also brief, they're on my tablet, so they're not running on the PC, so to speak. Dark Furious just said South Yorkshire City was the programme name to save the airport. The council has made it clear it will not be the name of the airport, which will be determined in the future. To be fair, I think the South Yorkshire Airport sounds great. Sounds like it has a much bigger catchment area than just simply Doncaster Airport. Right, I do want to check the temperature. Okay. Let's get the anti-ice on then as we start to descend through this lot. Now you see, we might not have a working weather radar, but I wouldn't want to fly through this. That looks like something to avoid. Railcount, I could benefit from a dual PC stream setup. Absolutely, I think you might be right, Railcow. Do I know how to set that up? No. Mark, I don't even have Volanta running for the same reason, just trying to keep system resources as streamlined as possible. I mean, we've got New York ahead of us down there. That is just a beautiful sight. Hint of a slight rainbow there as well. And all this garbage that you do not want to fly through. So I think that is one of the best scenes I have seen in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's just beautiful, isn't it? What are we at? 17,000. I tell you what, guys, if you like that view, do me a favour, hit the like button on the stream. You'll help me out at the same time. But that is brilliant. That is absolutely stunning. This is the kind of view that I could watch and start forgetting about actually setting up to land. We're literally flying towards the rainbow. And lucky for us, our flight plan is taking us away from all that rubbish over there. double rainbow. Even better. Right, let's start setting up. So seatbelt signs are on. Miss Jigsaw, thank you so much for subscribing. Now is the time to hit the subscribe button if you want to enter into the giveaway. Oh, we're running that shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Tray table must be stowed, armrests down, and window blinds open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, magazines that you do not want to keep. The toilets are no longer in service. Thank you.
Those rain shafts, they look awesome. I remember those rain shafts being one of the first things that I got so excited about when I saw the preview for Microsoft Flight Simulator coming out. Mike, hoping Flight Sim 24 will open up with some add-ons running for you, like Sim Toolkit Pro, FS Realistic, JSX. Yeah, even things like a V-Pilot option would be great, wouldn't it? I don't know if that could actually work. Cider Mark, thank you for subscribing. Honestly, this looks stunning. Okay, LS is on. Hey Baker. Right, inbound booty at the moment. Anti-ice can come off, starting to warm up now. Eddie, good evening. So only ATC we've got around at the moment is La Guardia ground, which is okay. Right, that is 10,000 feet. I'm going to pull speed now, set flight level 250. We'll activate the approach phase as well, so that's done. And speed alt start. Flyby John, when should anti-ice be on? So when you're in visible moisture, which is exactly what we're flying through at the minute, and the SAT is above minus 40, so minus 39, minus 38, minus 37, so above minus 40, higher than minus 40, and when the TAT is below plus 10. Now, in real, I don't know if this is true or not. It probably is. I don't know New York and how they operate getting into LaGuardia, but I would imagine that we wouldn't now, because there's no ATC around, I could quite easily set 3,000 feet, do a nice CDA to get in bang on the ILS and capture the glide slope at the same time as the localizer. But I'm guessing because of the congested New York airspace, we would need to hold sort of 10,000 feet for a little while, and then we'll get down in a bit. We'll also just speak to cabin crew.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for landing.
That's lovely, thank you. Leon, that's airliner rules. That's every airline as far as I'm aware. George points out an actual Orange Airlines stop. Tap below 10 even when the sat below -40 when in descent. Basically, the reason for that is so you don't forget. I would have to find out about the. I have to find out about the Nigels. Tony, what is CD? A continuous descent approach, basically descending all the way down and not leveling off. So we are going to start slowing down, and well, we'll start descending now. So I'm going to wind that down to an altitude 3,000. So we've got thrust idle, open descent, and then what I'm probably going to do, just to tailor that, is I'm going to use VS. And the idea will be to get to about look to get to 3,000 feet as we intersect the blue line just there. Baker, what takeoff performance calculator do you use? If I'm in the FlyByWire A320neo, I use SimSmart. If I'm in the Phoenix, then I just use the one that's built in here with the aircraft. Here comes the rain. Lulu, you just pointed out an interesting point. So, number one on their autopilot coupled approach, not authorized. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I'm going to presume that is basically to say that if something's going wrong, then the approach is fail passive, and obviously you're not going to auto land. Not that I think this runway is geared up for the auto land. Not under normal circumstances anyway. It's only a Cat 1 approach. Something unpredictable because they built a hotel off the side of runway 4 that interferes with it. Oh, fair enough. Well, manual approach is what we were planning on doing anyway. So obviously some local knowledge then from you guys on this, Lulu in particular. So you would actually fly, you'd look to fly this with only autopilot 1 engaged. You wouldn't even have autopilot 2 on for redundancy, which is very strange. And Tim K says, yeah, big time got you during recurrent training in the sim. Well, it's a good job you pulled that out, Lulu, because I would have missed that. You know, flying this part of the world, I wouldn't have even thought that was an issue. Right, we're 18 miles from Apple, where the sights would look fantastic. Something unpredictable said the FAA had to suspend 04 operations for a while until they figured out a solution. That's the solution, only use 1 autopilot. I don't think I've ever flown an approach then using just 1 autopilot. Fail passive it is. Right, let's start slowing the aircraft down. So just push for manage speed. Something unpredictable. We're famous for not thinking carefully here. Mr. Jam 132, good evening. Oh, come on, I want to see New York. Come on, weather. Sort yourself out. just looking at the navigation display, it doesn't look like there's any aircraft around us, which is good. Mark, how far out should you activate the approach phase and the it's entirely up to you, Mark. I mean, my personal trigger for it is 10,000 feet, because at that point you're usually on managed speed anyway. You've set 250 knots. Then I activate the approach phase, I turn on the LS, and then when I want to start slowing the aircraft down, I've just got to push for managed speed. So with VS 600, it's wet and raining. Football Manager, there's no 757 available yet for Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's meant to be soon. One of the things I do love coming on stream and flying in America, doing it live, is we always get lots of really great viewers in the community from America that are on hand and helping us out with stuff, particularly when, as I say, if I'm flying in Europe, I'm happy. Flying over here, there's little things that are just slight nuances that are different, even like the local knowledge there of the runway 4 approach that we're doing. So huge shout out to all you guys there for coming along tonight. And Cypher's rating us with a party of 21 on Twitch. Mate, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. You are joining us literally as we're about to fly over Manhattan. We can't see it, and yeah, we're coming into New York. Right, India Lima Golf Alpha is identified 20 miles out. New La Guardia traffic, American 1149, 17 miles out for the ILS approach, runway 04. So alt glide slope, lock blue. Cat 3 single, autopilot 1 only engaged. Localizers captured. Ground frequency 121.7. Get that on the standby now. Alright, that's 12 miles. Flaps 1, speed's checked. Flaps 1.
Delta 1280
Speed 1 is
turning left downwind for runway 04 ILS. Currently on a 13.5 mile final.
Clive, I don't enter the THS value. I use the C of G weight. And again, just per the Orange Airline SOPs. Right, 50 knot tailwind, flaps 2, speeds checked. Hopefully that wind will spin round. Glide slopes captured. Missed approach altitude is 2,000 feet. Radio altimeter is alive. Clive, you set it to the C of G. Yes, that's right. Oh, missing such a gorgeous view over there. New York La Guardia American 1149, 7 mile final, ILS 04, speed 180.
Delta 12 euros, so on to our final pursuit now.
Okay, gear down, spoilers, manage speed, flaps 3. In real life, the approach lighting system's out, which would make it a bit more difficult, wouldn't it? Particularly in this weather. And flaps full. Landing checklist. So the cabin is secured, go around altitude 2,000 feet, you can memo, landing no blue. We might have to clear the weather to have a look at this brand new airport. 1,000 feet. So remember, it's coming in a bit steeper than norm. Hopefully this approach doesn't stutter too much. Look at that wind, it's now spun round from the right. So I've left the autopilot in a little longer than normal. George, good spot. Sorted, thank you.
500.
LaGuardia
Stable.
traffic, Delta 1280 on a 5 mile funnel for runway 04.
A 5 mile final would be interesting. I might have to go around because I don't think I'm going to be off the runway in time.
100 above.
Get back on that centre line. Wind's just blown us off. And it's stuttering.
Minimum.
Continue.
$100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Radio check. 505. Thanks.
Okay, spoilers reverse,
Just a
decel.
little high on the mic there.
Let's vacate.
And the Americans are on the runway list when we're clear, and then if we are not clear, we'll go around.
Need to cross this threshold before that runway is clear. American 1149, runway 04 is vacated. Alright, let's contact ground.
British 5303.
LaGuardia ground. Good afternoon, American 1149 on Gulf.
American 1149, taxi to the ramp via Gulf.
Ramp via Gulf, American 1149.
Attention all aircraft, LaGuardia information, Lima now current, altimeter 3007.
I'm sorry, you said altimeter 3007?
Affirmative, altimeter 3007.
However, we ask that you
Right, start the APU. I've cleaned the aircraft up. Oh wow, this airport looks good.
electronic devices for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be used. Please make sure you take all your
Oh, click spots, come on.
checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care opening
So that is our terminal, straight ahead of us.
during flight. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure.
So, we've got the giveaway coming up.
Our ground crew will help you complete your journey.
We'll just take the first gate that's there, then we can crack on with having a look at the airport. "24 Alpha" it is. Now, if there's a GSX profile there. Let's find out. No American. Okay, we'll go Swissport.
La Guardia ground, hello, American 605 on Golf parking, Concourse Alpha.
American 605 LaGuardia ground, hello, taxi to the ramp via Romeo Golf Alpha.
To the ramp via Romeo Golf Alpha, American 605.
Have to say, on very first time viewing, that looks impressive. So, let me get the parking brakes on. And shall we go and have a little look? So, I'm going to leave the engines running because we'll have a replay in a bit, and then we'll also have the giveaway as well, of course. The weather is indeed not being kind. However, at least just having a quick overview of this. In fact, do I need to clear live weather? Let's have a look inside the terminal, but then for outside we might clear the live weather. But how good does this look? And I'll be honest with you, that performance isn't as bad now, because I think it's just obviously as everything was loading in for the first time as well. Obviously, usually does affect things. But let's have a little look and head inside that terminal. So, it's a glass terminal. I mean, this one thing, America does this really well, far better than European airports. They're just full of glass, which is great. When you're sat in the gate, you've got something to watch. I love New York. Yeah, of course. Now, this isn't the terminal that I was stuck in, so I can't say how accurate this is. However, I like the fact that people are here. We've not got frame rates taken up by lots of animation, which is great, because we know how they can kill your FPS. I'm sure I saw a W.H. Smith. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's closed. Okay, W.H. Smith is closed. Never mind. All upcoming flights, yeah, they look realistic. Canada, American Airlines, that is fine. Can you go upstairs? Oh my god, yes you can. Oh geez, you can actually walk through the entire terminal here. This is very impressive. Jeez, everywhere's closed. Dunkin' Donuts is closed. No. Oh, I'm gutted. Oh, imagine the cinematics you could do in this place. Tim, have they added the water coming through the ceiling? I like they've thrown MKStudios in there. I just look, even the reflections are just spot on, aren't they? Fibes, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Hope you enjoyed the flight today, mate. I've just found the toilets anyway, so that's useful to know. Right, I don't want to miss anything. There just seems to be absolutely loads here, and yeah, I need to go over to LGA Duty Free. I need to go over to the terminal I was stuck in and see if that brings back some horrible memories for me. Right, there's the gate. I think this is it. I'm hoping that's not part of the scenery and someone on VATSIM has just had an accident. Someone's just pushed back into the terminal. Okay, this is the Delta terminal. Yeah, this will be it, because this is where I flew. This is what I did. I flew Delta. So let me see. Yeah, need to go to the main concourse, which I think is down here. I'm gonna be, if this is right, I'm gonna be absolutely amazed. Oh my god, yes it is. This is exactly as it was with the self-check-in desks just there. That is exactly how it was. Even the globe. I remember the globes. Oh, wow. This is some detail. Yeah. The artwork. All gates. Yeah, I remember coming up here thinking, oh my god, I've got hours. What am I going to do? I'm absolutely starving. Security, which, to be fair, by the time I was there, the lines were pretty much like this. And how have they done that? The machines even look like I remember. And then it was night time when I was there, so obviously outside didn't look too much. The Sky Club, I remember thinking, damn, I need to go. I could do going in there because I'm absolutely starving. I didn't go that way. I stopped. I turned around. I went down here. There was a restaurant down here. Is that going to be there? Starbucks? Yeah, Starbucks was there. I didn't eat at Starbucks. I think there was a restaurant. I don't know if it was in here, or it might have been a bit further down. But either way. Oh, it was. It was. I think it was down. Was it down these stairs? Yes. Oh my god. I sat at that table. That is incredible. Oh my god. Yeah, that was it. The tavern. I had a problem with my phone. I had no phone signal. My debit card wasn't working, and this bar, if ever anyone goes to LaGuardia, this bar does not take cash. I had got cash, they wouldn't take it, and what ended up happening is the waitress, God bless her, she bought me my meal and I gave her the cash for it. That is unbelievable. I can't believe the detail that is in this airport, because this is exactly how it was. Steph, can they put me in the scenery? I don't know. But, yeah. This is exactly how it was. Guys, I will give this scenery my absolute ringing endorsement. And I'm seeing it for the first time today now with you. Hoochmania says, the terminal looks great, but he never actually looks inside the terminal other than the first time he gets the scenery. Yeah, I do see the point. However, an airport like this, where all the gates actually pull up to basically a lot of glass, the fact that it is there and you can see it, so at all different angles, etc. It's nice because you will see it. Yeah. So then I spent, after having a nice sort of meal, I spent sort of 3-4 hours just walking around the terminal, just wondering, oh yeah, what's down here. Then, yeah, Super Sunday. And this was the big Delta sign. Obviously, Delta Terminal. And this was it. How absolutely brilliant. All right, I'm so thrilled that we're going to be giving away a copy of this, because I know you guys are going to love it, and you're going to have lots of flights to and from this airport. This is brilliant, and I don't think, considering we're in New York, I think that the performance here is really good. I think it's very good, actually. Okay, so tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to come off VATSIM because obviously for the replay I don't want to have that there. So let me just disconnect American 4540 if you're there. I've just seen your message. Thank you. I'm just going to disconnect off VATSIM. I am going to change the weather just so we can have a nice approach, and we can probably just see the airport. I'll just put a few clouds in there as we come in. There we are. And if you just want to see what this looks like then, sort of outside, there you go. Quick look at the control tower. There's that Manhattan skyline that I wanted to see. Elliot's asking about the taxiway markings. I thought they looked good when we were coming in. I could see them very nicely. Liking the control tower. Yeah, those VATSIM controllers. That is absolutely perfect view. That is a really nice view, isn't it? You know, imagine coming to work there every day. And then there's the American Airlines terminal. But yeah, in terms of the taxiway markings, they all look, well, they look very accurate, don't they? Very good. Right, I'm not going to drag this on any longer, but I am genuinely, I was really genuinely excited about seeing that. I thought that was fantastic. So let's open up the giveaway then. So obviously a shout out and thank you to IniBuilds for supplying the copy of the airport for the giveaway, and I'll just get this replay sorted and then we'll open it up. So in order to be in with a chance of winning the giveaway, this is what you need to do. You need to be a subscriber to the channel on YouTube. The giveaway will only run on YouTube, so if you're on Twitch, hop on over to the EasyJets in Pilot YouTube channel. Do that now, you've got plenty of time. And all you need to do then is in the chat type in the ICAO code of LaGuardia, which of course is Kilo Lima Golf Alpha. Type that into the chat, and yeah, in a couple of minutes I will roll that giveaway. So I just want to skip this replay forward a little bit. There we go. Let's see Manhattan as we come in. Statue of Liberty. This is the view I was hoping to get as we were coming in. The weather didn't want to play ball, did it? So what we're going to do is I'm going to run the giveaway as we touch down. On the other side, can you actually see JFK? Oh yeah, you can. Look at that. There's JFK. I'm going to stick with the Manhattan view though, because I think that is a star. Look at that. The magic of Microsoft Flight Simulator. So you will only need to type it in once. Yeah, once is enough, and then you'll be entered. And of course, remember, if you don't win this giveaway, then go and grab yourself this scenery anyway. Whilst it is on sale at the cheaper price, link at the top of the chat pinned, and also in the video description and channel description on Twitch. Using that link, of course, also helps support this channel as well, which I'm very thankful for. George, this makes you realise how small London is. I know. I mean, to be fair, just doing a stream in America makes you realise how small the UK is. See, Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 needs to fix this. I hope it can somehow fix that. So these stutters that are coming in now, these are stutters that were recorded as we were coming in. If I was doing this sort of live now, there probably wouldn't be these stutters because it'd all be cached. Isaac, the giveaway literally is going to roll as the wheels touch down. Mr. Dog, I use Sky Dolly for the Sky Dolly for the replay. Obi, we could now do the Sully properly with the cactus fly. Yeah, we could, with the decent LaGuardia scenery. Yeah, so these stutters here literally were part of the recording. Right, well, touchdown. Congratulations then. The winner of the LaGuardia Airport, courtesy of IniBuilds, is... Chelsea FC. Not a fan of the football club, but Chelsea, mate, congratulations. You are today's winner, receiving a copy of the MKStudios new La Guardia Airport, which looks stunning, as we've just seen. Contact me on Discord or email in the next 24 hours. You will need an IniBuilds account, so I just need those details from you, and we'll get that added to your IniBuilds account. So congratulations, guys. Once again, a big thank you for joining us today. Do grab this airport. This may be my most favourite airport outside of Europe now. But yeah, go and grab it. As I say, link at the top of the chat at YouTube, also the video description and the channel description in over on Twitch. So guys, thank you so much. I do hope you have enjoyed our flight. Our flight today. I'm going to leave you with a replay. I'm going to turn real live weather back on for our replay because I thought that actually the approach looked absolutely stunning. So please disregard the master cautions. I will get rid of those in a moment. But yeah, I'm going to leave you with those. Go away. It'll be overspeeding. There we are. I'm going to leave you with this gorgeous approach into New York. This has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for watching. Stick around and I will I will let you know when our next streams are on Discord. Chelsea FC, you can find our Discord in the video description below, or as I say, you can also drop me an email and we'll get you sorted. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you on our next live stream, and I'll let you know when that is. Have a great evening, everybody. I'll see you all again very soon. Don't forget to grab that scenery. Good night.